record this. So since this is only 30 minutes, I did not want to take too much time. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and you can just go ahead and remind your teams if you haven't. I was sending reminders, so I'm really, really excited for this. Let me make sure. Okay, so I first want to say happy first month of the, sorry, I thought someone just walked in. Happy 1st of August. I'm so excited. I freaking love August because number one, it's my birthday month, so I'm really excited. And number two, I have like a month until my wedding. And then number three, it's always fun to have like the refresh start of the month. Can we just all agree on that? Like I know last month and the month before, like some people were like, can this month be over? And then some people were like, oh my gosh, this is the best month ever. Like I had a really good month, okay? And so anyways, I'm super freaking excited to share with y'all some tips, and I hope some leaders on here, they can share any valuable tips that they have. But some things that I personally wanted to go over is first, make sure that you share the Opportunity Lab party that's tonight. Go on Morgan Martin's Facebook page. I have not shared it yet just because I'm on a time limit. I won't go ahead and do that because it'll take me a little bit. So go on Morgan's page, go on Amber's page, go on any of your leaders' pages on here and go share that video that's live. And you can tag any of your potential distributors. So do that. And then also on top of that, we have the opportunity, we have the, the family call right after the team Zoom. And since this is only 30 minutes, we'll have it at 9 o'clock Central Time. So super excited for that. But anyways, I want to know who in here is running for retreat. And if you have already counted yourself out, have you thought about it? Okay. So even if you're that person that's like, I've already counted myself out, I didn't even complete my steps last month, I can't even qualify, all this good stuff. If you've thought about it and you're like, I would love to go, can you just drop a me? Like I would really, really love to hear that and see who's interested in that, because there's still so many reasons that you can be able to go because of coach's pick. And if you did complete your steps last month, and if you did do the tools, then you can automatically be qualified if you're diamond and above. There's just so many amazing things. I won't get into that too much with the time frame, but I just want you to know that you are still able to be qualified. Okay. You can do this. You're not disqualified from anything, just like you're not disqualified from when you have a bad week or a bad month or whatever it might be. You're not disqualified. You're going to continue to move forward, and that's why I'm so excited for this month. So I'm really excited for people that are claiming that. So right after this, I actually have a leader Zoom with some of my leaders, and we have some really good things in store for y'all this month to offer y'all to just kind of like get the ball rolling for this month. So I'm really, really excited, and I will share that once I have the leader Zoom with them so we can kind of connect and kind of game plan and see what's going with that. But I know that a lot of you guys are going to be really excited when y'all hear the ideas that we have. So I can't share those tonight, but be prepared to share something for me to be able to share something tomorrow in this upcoming week. I'll share it in team page, whatever it might be, but I am so freaking hyped for August, and it's almost the end of summer. I hate saying that, but it's true. So it's almost the end of summer. So we're about to go into the fourth quarter is what we call it. And the fourth quarter is amazing. Okay, you guys, because there's so many things. Not only is it fall, I love fall. Fall is my favorite season, but there are so many things the company has to announce. We have conference, we have retreat, we have so many things back to back, and it's an amazing time. So you being in this business right now, I'm letting you know, continue to be hyped. There are so many reasons to be hyped. I've been in this business 6 years. I've seen every season of this business, and I can tell you the seasons just keep getting better and better and better and better and better. That's literally all I can say. So I'm really excited to share that with you guys. But one thing that I really wanted to talk about, and then if any of you leaders want to unmute yourselves and y'all can talk on anything, y'all definitely can. I'll just kind of go over this really quickly. So one thing that I wanted to talk about is moving as a team this month. So with the things that we have in store for y'all that we're going to talk about with the leaders and kind of get things going, I really love the visualization of moving as a team. I love that our team is so supportive, and can we just honestly all say that the number one thing that drives people through this business, even through the good, even through the bad, even through the ugly, is the connections and the things that you have with the people who join this business. I love the connections, and that's why I literally don't not like having these on Sundays, because it just gives me a chance to free vibe and like be able to connect with you guys. And I love the connection. And I can tell y'all, if you've never been in a season of promotions, I can tell you guys that it's so fun promoting, enrolling, having fun together. And that's what my vision, my plan is for all of us to do this year, or this year, but this month especially, and going into fourth quarter, is to prepare ourselves and to just be friends and have fun and connect and love on each other and ask questions and hype each other up. And I can tell y'all from being literally like 90% blue is I love the connections. It's something I thrive off of. It's something that I like. Y'all, if you know me, you know me that when I come back from a trip and I haven't talked to my team as much, I'm texting all y'all and I'm like, hi, I miss you. I love you. I hope you're okay. Can we get a FaceTime? And I miss you, because I just love the connection so much. And so this month specifically, I want to see us move in a direction where we're moving as a team, where we're promoting together, where we're having fun. I don't want to have a man left behind. And you hear this situation, people have talked about this on the Leaders Zoom before, people have used this representation, but it's like you're running on a track. You're going to keep going. You're not going to slow down just because your partner or someone else slowed down. So you're going to keep going, and you might pass that person a few times, but you're going to pick them up along the way. And then those people start gaining momentum, and you're going to do another lap, and then you're going to pick up more people. And so I'm not stopping, and I know the leaders on here aren't stopping. I know so many of y'all have already texted me today, and we're like, hey, can we get a coaching call and can we do this? I'm so excited. I have my charts out. I'm doing this. So there are so many people that aren't stopping. And I can just tell y'all from experience that August has always been an amazing month. Like, it has literally always been an amazing month. It's like an exciting month. So I want us to literally move as a team. And I wanted to share this with y'all. Y'all know I always read things because it's just so good. And it's called Do Things Together as a Team. And even if you're not super blue and you're like, I could totally be alone for the rest of my life and be okay, that's fine. But I want you to catch the image of what it's like to move forward with a team. It's so fun. You get addicted to the high of not even just enrollments, because it's not all about enrollments, you guys. It's about doing the task, holding each other accountable for your dreams and the goals that you said that you wanted to do. And then when you can see your partner, you can see someone in this team doing that, it gives you more belief. It gives you more hope. And you're like, Kelsey did it. Octavia did it. Andrea did it. They did it. So why can't I do it? You can't count yourself out because you see your partner, the person that you told yourself that you're going to connect with more, run forward and you're like, I can do this. Okay. You regain that hope back. And so that's what I really want this month, is for people to regain their hope and faith back, to know that absolutely anything's possible, you guys. And I'm not saying this to like brag or boast or anything, but I wrote on my dream board for over 2 years now that I wanted to pay off my wedding in cash and not to be in debt when my wedding came around. I'm able to do that this month, okay? Every single thing that I've told myself I was going to do and that I've had on my dream board, I've committed to, and I've made it happen. And it might have been longer periods of time. Am I are we presidential yet? No, but I know it's going to happen. So I'm going to keep writing it on my dream board. I'm not going to be like, it didn't happen this month. It's never going to happen. I don't have that mentality at all, and neither should you guys. If last month you were like, I really wanted to reach this goal and I didn't have it happen, and don't beat yourself up, dude. Just ask yourself and give yourself an evaluation. What can I do differently? What's something I can really improve on? And what's something that worked really well? That's what I do every single month. And I'm like, okay, what's something that worked really well this month? And then what are some things that I really need to improve on? Last month, I had some really hard conversations with some people, but really good ones, where I found that there were areas in my leadership that I was selfish in. And I was like, oh, wow, I need to work on that. Okay. And then I knew I was good in some areas of connecting with people and letting them know that I cared about them. So like, there's different boundaries that you have to cross, and you have to realize, okay, what do I need to do good in, whatever. But this one's called Do Things Together as a Team. And it says, I once read the statement, even when you've played the game of your life, it's the feeling of teamwork that you'll remember. I promise you, if you've never been through a promotion month before like this, or if you've never been through a run, I can tell you the experience that you have is when you have that experience with everybody else and you're running and you're like, oh, you're up at midnight and you're like, I just placed another order. I just did this. It's so fun, you guys. You'll remember that over everything, I promise. And then it says, you'll forget the plays, the shots, the scores, but you'll never forget your teammates. That is describing the community that develops among teammates who spend time doing things together. The only way to develop community and cohesiveness among your teammates is to get them together, not just in a professional setting, but in personal ones as well. There are a lot of ways to get yourself connected with your teammates and to connect with them one-on-one. Many families who want to bond find that camping does the trick. Business colleagues can socialize outside work in the appropriate way. Then and where and when are not as important as the fact that team members share more common experiences. And then there was like a script on here. Oh, it says, Thomas Jefferson observed, a candle loses nothing when it lights another candle. That is the real nature of partnership. And I find that many people don't think that way. They believe that the sharing means losing something, but that's not true at all. And then it says every person possesses one of two mindsets: scarcity and abundance. So that's something that I want to ask you really quickly is, are you already going into this month being scared? Or are you going into this month with an abundance mindset of saying, I'm going in it with full open arms saying, God bless the work that I'm doing. I'm going to have full enrollments. I'm going to complete the steps that I need to. I'm going to show up for myself every single day, even if sometimes it's just little by little, because guess what? Sometimes life happens. Okay. Sometimes our kids are getting cranky. Sometimes our kids are going back to school because it's going back to school month. Okay. Sometimes life is just crazy. Things happen, but guess what? You just get back up on the horse and you keep going. It's not like you sit here and you fall so down that where you can't get back up. God's never going to put you through something that you can't handle, sister. Okay. So are you having a scarcity mindset? Or are you having an abundance mindset? And that's one thing that I really wanted to connect with is this month, I want us to have an abundance mindset. When you see someone like posting in the chats, I enrolled this person, don't get discouraged. Do you think I get discouraged every time I see Morgan says like, oh, I've signed 20 distributors, and I'm like, oh, I'm on my second one, it's fine. No, I just like, hey, sister, what are you doing? Like, ask questions. That's what we're here to connect with. And I hear so many people who are like, well, I don't want to speak out in the chats. I don't want to sit here and say this because this person's doing better than me, or I see this person's had a better week than me. I've been in this business 6 years, and some of you guys have had better weeks than me. Some of you are, and Kelsey on here is the boss enroller, so I'll call you out. You're constantly enrolling, and I'm like, oh, I haven't signed a customer in a week. Oh, what am I doing? So I evaluate, but I don't sit here and compare myself and say, oh, I suck now. No, we're all posting enrollments. We're all posting encouragement because we just want to lift each other up. And we also want to give people the hope and faith and spirit and encouragement. Like, hey, if we can do this, you can do this. So many people on here are full-time moms, are pregnant right now, and they have already their hands full with their kids and their families. And some people work 3 jobs. People are busy on here. And so it's not the matter of like, oh, they have more time so they can do this, or they don't have life going on, or they don't have kids. It's not like that. Everybody has a different situation and everybody's successful in different areas. And so run with the thing that you're best at. Okay. And so for me, I would say I'm a top enroller. I would say that. So my goal is to really teach duplication, like really teach duplication within my team. So my newbies, that's what I'm working on. I'm really encouraging them. And so if you have something that you're really good at, share it. Don't get discouraged because you see other people doing things. Just come along, and I promise you, when we come together as this team, you're gonna feel that excitement. When you ask people questions, people want to help you. You know how many times y'all have messaged me and I'm like, I'm so excited they just asked me this question. Here's the answer. Or when someone else, like someone that I enrolled, messages one of the leaders on here, messages one of y'all randomly. Like, I love that because we're all a community and we connect together and we all benefit it from some way. So don't get jealous, don't get sad, don't get angry at yourself. Give yourself grace for whatever happened last month, and know that this month should be the month where you finally fully commit and ask yourself, what is it that I want this month? And here are some questions that I wanted to ask you guys, and then I can open it up to the floor if any of y'all have questions. Or Kelsey, I know that you said that you might want to mention something. So here are some questions is, what are your goals this month? Do you have long-term goals and short-term goals? And I mean long-term as in like through the end of this year. And then I mean short-term, I mean like weekly goals. Okay. So when you have a new distributor that comes into your business, you're not going to sit here and say, hey, sister, let's get 72 customers in the first month. No, you're going to say, hey, steps to success. Let's work on that. Let's get your first 5 customers this month so you can get that free $100 bonus. Stuff like that. You're going to make weekly goals. And I promise you, when you make weekly goals, it's not as overwhelming. And for those of you who get overwhelmed and get discouraged and you're like, I told myself I was going to sign 5 customers this week and I haven't even signed 5 customers this month. Don't overwhelm yourself. Start small. Start from where you can really pinpoint where you know that you're going to move and you're not going to get discouraged and you're not going to quit and burn yourself out within the first 2 days. So that's one question. And then another question is, do you have money related goals? And then do you have non-money related goals? Okay. So many of y'all are like, because for me, I want to make $10,000 monthly. Like that is like my goal. That is literally what I plan to make by the end of this year. Like I'm like headstrong on it. And so I know for me, I want what I want to make, but also I do know that I want my health in line. So I do want to continue to get the results that I'm getting with my weight loss journey. I do want to build a house, and that's not necessary. And I want to have this visualization of exactly what I want with the house. And that doesn't have to come with money on it, you know? And there's some things like, as far as like duplication, I want 10 new diamonds. I want, you know, all these rubies popping in. So it's not necessarily the money behind it. It's like, okay, who can I help? How can I help myself? These different things. And so many of y'all are like, well, I just want diamond. What does a diamond mean for you? Okay. What does ruby actually mean for you? What is that $100 going to do for you when you get the $100 this week? You have to have those short-term goals, because we give up on ourselves too easily because we are our own bosses. So sometimes we take advantage of that and we're like, we just want to sleep in today. We're good. I don't need to work. Oh, I don't want to work the rest of this week because I've just been tired. We use that as an advantage, and we're like, oh crap, we have to hold ourselves accountable. And so I don't want to see y'all do that. And so making these short-term goals are going to help you move forward and forward and forward and keep you going. And I promise you, it's going to be so exciting when you can cross those off and you're like, I just did this, and I didn't think that I could do this. Did I ever think that I could actually go debt-free before I was 25? No. Did I do it? Yes. I did it in a year before the time that I told myself I was going to. Okay. There's so many things that I've accomplished that I was like, I literally don't know how this happened, but I'm grateful that it did. And so I'm claiming this upcoming year that Dallas and I are going to have a house. Like I keep claiming it. I don't know how it's going to happen. If the housing market, dear Lord, sweet baby Jesus, I pray that it goes down. We get a foreclosed house or something, but I just have this visualization of what I want. But just know that if you have specifically on where you're going, it's going to help you push on the days where you don't feel like getting up, on the days that you're like, you want to blame everything else on everybody else and not yourself, you know? So hold yourself accountable. And I can tell you from experience, I've talked to every single one of our leaders. We're so freaking hyped. And we know that the leaders carry the weight of the team. The leaders carry the fire. The leaders carry the excitement. And so if we're excited, y'all should be excited, because we know the seasons and what's to come. And I want to see y'all excited. I want to see y'all hype up the chats. I want to see y'all being loud. And it doesn't have to be enrollment based, you guys. When you complete when you get a host to post up, when you sit here and interact for 20 minutes, when you do the task, we want to celebrate those things. You don't have to sit here and just comment in the group chats or comment to your enroller saying, oh, I enrolled someone, and then it's crickets all the rest of the time. No, I want to celebrate the little wins. Did you read 20 minutes of personal development today? Did you have a breakthrough today? Did you believe in yourself today? Did you give yourself affirmations today? Did you help someone today? I want to know those things about you, because your character is a lot more important to me than your enrollments, okay? Because your enrollments will come with the character and the person that you're molding into by doing the task, by being disciplined, by being consistent. And that's what I want you to see. It's not always going to come right then and there, right in this moment. Do you think I would wish that these 10 diamonds would pop up today? Absolutely. But I know it's going to take time building those characters as those people, breaking them down, building them back up, doing those things. And I'm okay with it, because I know where I'm going and I know where I'm headed. And I want y'all to be as confident as well. And I don't want to have y'all sit here and be discouraged because you're not on the same path as someone else. Your path wasn't meant for someone else, and their path wasn't meant for you. It's not even the same comparability. Like, I can compare myself to Morgan all day because she's so successful. She's so beautiful. She has this life and she's my best friend. But also at the same time, I'm like, we're not the same person. We both add value. And that's what I want you to see, is you add value. You add value to your content. You add value to your social media. You add value to your customers, to the people who join your team. People want to join you for you. They don't want to join you because you act like me. Nobody's going to join you if you act like me. Okay. I tried to act like Morgan and Shay for the longest time, and it discouraged the crap out of me until last year I had a realization of like, this isn't serving me. I got to stop this. And then that's when literally all the blessings started flowing in. So hopefully that gives you the visualization of like where we're headed this month. And again, I will tell y'all more of the announcements once I get like a solid plan. But anyways, if Kelsey, did you want to say anything? I know that you had mentioned something to me, or if anybody else wants to say anything, or if anybody has any questions. I know this is really quick, but I only wanted to do a 30-minute because it's just how the timeline added up tonight, but it's fine.
So I just wanted to talk like really quickly, because I know like a lot of you guys are probably like, oh gosh, it's like the first again, and you guys are already counting yourself out for 1,000 different things this month. And I know like I've talked to a lot of my girls on my team. I'm like, okay, you guys are gonna go Ruby this month, and a lot of them are really excited, but then there's a couple that are like, I don't know how that's gonna happen. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna go Ruby. I don't know like where any of these like customers, distributors, whatever is gonna come from. But you guys just have to realize that like you have to have trust in the process. And we have 31 days again this month. And you have to realize we have like one extra day already. So just remember that, like, don't count yourself out for anything. And I was talking to another girl that's under Morgan's team, and she's going for double this month. And she needs, this is just like volume numbers, but if you guys don't know, for double diamond, you need 15,000 in volume. Well, she only needs 5,000. And the month I went double, I need like 6,500, but we ended up bringing over like 10,000 or something like that, like some insane amount of volume. Like we completely doubled it. And whenever I told her about that, she was like, wow, okay, then I can really go double like this month, like, and anything is possible. And just remembering that anything is possible, like if you just stick your mind to it, like anything really is possible. So just remember that. And happy first, it's a good month. And that was it.
Amber, you kind of look like you needed to speak, but you always have the space when you need to speak, but I didn't know. Was I right or was I
No,
wrong?
no, I want to. I was just waiting to see if you had anything about what Kelsey said, because that's so good and it's so true. But I kind of wanted to go back just what Macy was talking about before Kelsey was talking, and just you add value no matter what season in your business or in life or anything. Like the last couple of months, like I'll be honest, were really hard for me. And I learned the last 2 weeks of last month that I just needed to be vulnerable, and I just needed to be myself, and I needed to stop hiding what I was going through, because that wasn't helping anybody. It wasn't helping me. It wasn't helping my team. It wasn't helping my audience. Like, because it was like I was coming off as fake. And I don't mean that in like a bad way. I was still like obviously like my normal self, but I wasn't sharing what I was going through. And as soon as I started doing that, I signed 2 distributors last week, when all month I didn't sign anybody. Like it was just one of those things. So you add value no matter what it is. You add value whether you're going through a hard time or you're going through you're like in the best part of your life and the best part of your business. So talk about it. Be real. Do not compare and try to be like Macy or Morgan or Shay and try to put off this perfect person. I mean, obviously that's who they are. Like literally Morgan and Shay and like anybody, like most of those top leaders, like who they are on social media is who they are. So for me, who I am is most of the time buns, sweatpants, t-shirts, but I show that. Like I am not a person that's gonna dress up. Like even on my reels, I'm who I am. Like I'm not dressing up and I'm not trying to be somebody that I'm not. So be who you are, no matter who you are, and embrace who you are. You know, there were times where like I wasn't embracing who I was, and I wasn't embracing what I was going through, you know, because it was a season and I learned a lot and I grew a lot, and there was just so much that happened. But, and I'm not going to go into it, but I just want to go back to what Macy said and just add, like, just talk about it, you know, because people relate, and this business is about relatability. This business is about being who you are, because they're not going to buy into the products. They're not going to buy into the business. So if you are real and you're doing funny things, like I spilled coffee all over the place the other day because my frother, I got a new frother and it was like so powerful. My coffee went everywhere. Like I showed that. That's the kind of stuff that people want to see. But they want to see the funny. They want to see the vulnerable. They want to see if you're sad. They want to see if you're happy. Like they want to see all of it. They want to see your whole life. So just be you, and I guarantee you that your business is gonna explode because of it.
I love that. I feel like y'all both just hit on like really 2 amazing topics that y'all added value that I honestly couldn't. And so that's why I just love like the collaboration that we have, because you hear just different perspectives of different things. And before we hop off, unless anybody else wanted to speak, but I wanted to remind you guys, my mind just went blank. I love when that happens. It literally happens to me so much. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. If you feel like last month or the past couple months or even this year, you guys, I can actually be honest and say this year has been weird for me, but it's been a good weird. It's not like a discouraging, like, I hate it. Like, it's a growing year. It's a lot of things that I'm finding out about myself that I needed to learn. So I'm very grateful for it. And so I talk about those things. I talk about the hardships that comes with like your 20s and things, and people really respect that. And so if you've felt like you've been through seasons lately, or if you haven't and you've had really great seasons, either way, you have value to add to give educational things for other people. And I know we talk about this about how this business isn't just about us all the time, and it really is. Like, we have so much value to add to social media, and it's such a positive light to make a difference and show people like you're not alone. You're not sitting here and depressed by yourself. I've been through depression, I've done this before. And so being yourself, being real, and if you were MIA last month or 2 months ago or 5 months ago or whatever, you can speak about it on social media and be like, y'all, I was just going through a hard time. Give me grace. And guess what? They'll give you grace. And then you just hop back on the horse, like I said, and then get on it again. Just be honest. And that's what we want. We don't want you to be some fake person on social media. And then you wake up every day and you're like, who even am I? Imposter syndrome. Like, ew, I don't want you to do that. I want you to be who you are. You were meant to be who you are for a reason. Okay. So be confident in that. If did anybody else want to go before I ended this? Again, I know this is super like short, but sometimes I like the little short ones too. So I really, 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 really hope that this helped. And if y'all have any questions, let me know. And then also, if you have not gotten your charts out, if you're brand new, I see some of my newbies faces on here. But if you are brand new, we will speak about this. But if you aren't and you kind of know what I'm talking about, if you haven't gotten your charts out today, I'll be the first to say today was like half my Sabbath, because I took, since yesterday was the last day of the month, I took it half yesterday and half today. And so I have not, but tomorrow I'm actually waking up a lot earlier to just get everything out of the way that I need to be done. So I have not done my charts, but I'm leading by example and telling you guys I will have those done by tomorrow, like morning, because I want to have those done, get clear direction on where I'm going. So make sure to send me your charts, send your leader or whoever, send yourself, just have your charts out, because that's where you know where you're going. If you have not done a dream board, get a dream board out, or do it on your phone. I showed y'all my dream board that I have on my phone that I do, and it's like all the things that I want. Okay. And it's crazy because I'm marking off some of these. So anyways, have that visualization of where you're going. And I just want y'all to know that I love you guys so much. And I hope that it always comes from a genuine place of like, if I'm ever hard on you, it's like I know you're better than this. I know that you are worth more. I know that you're valuable. Stop being so dang hard on yourself, okay? And give yourself grace, but also know that you know the tools, what you need to do in order to move forward. What we do in this business is very simple. It's not overcomplicated at all. If you really think about it, it's really not. The only thing that's complicated is up here, like us getting past those mental barriers. And so that's what I'm here to work on for. But I'm really, really excited. And I would love to see people claim the retreat. I've already wrote it down every single day. I've been manifesting, I've been praying over it, and I'm just really excited for you guys. So I love y'all. I'm going to end this because I do have to hop on a different Zoom. But I love y'all. Let me know if y'all have any questions. Let me stop this recording.